In the hustle of modern life, it's easy to overlook simple, accessible solutions to our most pressing mental health challenges. As a psychologist who likes to preach about the fundamentals, I'm here to cut through the noise and tell you something straightforward. Get up and walk. Yes, it's that simple. While therapy, medication, and mindfulness practices have their place, walking is an often underestimated powerhouse for mental well-being. Let's unpack why lacing up your sneakers might just be the best thing you can do for your mind. Welcome back to Savvy Psychologist. I'm your host, Dr. Monica Johnson. Every week on this show, I'll help you face life challenges with evidence-based approaches, a sympathetic ear, and zero judgment. The first thing I'm going to mention is that walking reduces stress and anxiety. We're all familiar with that gnawing, ever-present tension that creeps up in our shoulders and minds after a long day. Chronic stress can wreak havoc on both your body and brain, leading to anxiety, depression, and even physical health problems. Walking, however, has been shown to significantly reduce stress hormones like cortisol. When you walk, especially in natural environments, so think parks, forests, or even tree-lined streets, have you noticed the calming effect that can occur? This gentle attention helps your mind relax, reducing the mental fatigue that builds up from hours of screen time or constant problem solving. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, don't reach for your phone or the remote. Instead, step outside and let your worries fade with every step. The second thing is that walking boosts mood and fights depression. Depression can feel like a heavy fog that settles over your life, making even the simplest tasks feel insurmountable. But here's why I love walking. It's one of the most low-lift activities you can engage in and can begin to build the momentum you need to move through your mood symptoms. Physical activity increases the production of endorphins, so those feel-good chemicals that boost mood and reduce pain. Moreover, regular walking has been linked to increased levels of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, a protein that supports the growth of new neurons and helps combat the cognitive decline often associated with depression. In simpler terms, walking can literally help rewire your brain for happiness. So even if you can't muster the energy to hit the gym, a brisk walk around the block might be the first step, pun intended, towards feeling better. 3 is walking enhances creativity and cognitive function. Have you ever noticed how some of your best ideas come not when you're staring at a screen, but instead when you're out for a stroll? That's not a coincidence. Walking has been shown to boost creative thinking and problem-solving abilities. One study found that participants who walked either indoors or outdoors showed a significant increase in creative output compared to those who remained seated. This isn't just about artistic inspiration either. Walking improves overall cognitive functioning, enhances memory, attention, and even academic performance. It stimulates the release of neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin, which play key roles in focus and learning. So if you're stuck on a problem or need a fresh perspective, walking isn't a distraction, it's a strategy. Number 4 is walking improves sleep quality. Good sleep is the cornerstone of mental health. Without it, our mood dips, anxiety rises, and cognitive functions falter. Regular walking has been shown to improve sleep quality, helping people fall asleep faster and enjoy deeper, more restorative rest. Exposure to natural light during daytime walks also helps regulate your circadian rhythm, making it easier to wind down at night. Plus, the physical exertion from walking can tire your body in a healthy way, making sleep come more naturally. So if you're tossing and turning at night, consider adding a daily walk to your routine. It's a non-pharmaceutical, side effect-free sleep aid. Number 5 is that walking can foster social connection. Loneliness is a silent epidemic contributing to a host of mental health issues, including depression and anxiety. Walking doesn't have to be a solitary activity. In fact, walking with a friend, family member, or even a pet can foster deeper connections and combat feelings of isolation. Group walks or walking clubs can be a great way to meet new people, share experiences, and build a sense of community. Even casual interactions like greeting a neighbor or nodding to a fellow walker can boost your sense of belonging and well-being. Remember, we're social creatures by nature. Walking together strengthens not just our bodies, but our bonds with others. Where I live, the Parks Department offers free guided walks where you can learn about nature with a group of people and get some exercise. It has been a great, low-cost way for me to meet people and socialize. Number 6 is that you can use walking as a mindfulness practice. Mindfulness isn't confined to meditation cushions or yoga studios. Walking can be a powerful form of moving meditation. By focusing on the rhythm of your steps, the sensation of your breath, and the sights and sounds around you, walking helps to ground you in the present moment. This kind of mindful walking can reduce rumination, the repetitive negative thought patterns that fuel anxiety and depression. It shifts your attention from what's going wrong in your head to what's happening right now in your environment. Next time you walk, try leaving your headphones at home and tuning into the world around you. You might be surprised at how calming it can be. This is a technique that I use at least a couple times a week. Number 7 is that walking builds resilience and discipline. Here's where the tough love comes in. Walking isn't always easy. There will be days when the weather's bad, your schedule's packed, or your motivation is in the gutter. But showing up for a walk, even when you don't feel like it, builds resilience. It's a small daily act of discipline that reinforces your ability to cope with life's bigger challenges. Even if I only have 3 minutes, I try to go outside and get in a few steps and get in some natural light. Every time you choose to walk instead of giving in to inertia, you're sending yourself a powerful message. I can do hard things. Over time, this mindset spills over into other areas of life, from work to relationships to personal growth. Walking isn't just about moving your body, it's about proving to yourself that you have the strength to keep going. I choose to walk even on days when I engage in other forms of exercise. Not only because of all of the reasons I've listed here, but many of us sit too much during our day. As such, this gives me another opportunity to stand and move that I wouldn't normally have due to the nature of my work. If you work in construction or live in a city where you walk daily anyway, you may not need it. But if you're normally sitting at work and sitting in a car on your commute, walking is a strategy to consider. In a world that often promises quick fixes and instant relief, walking stands out as a simple, sustainable, and profoundly effective tool for mental health. It doesn't require special equipment, expensive memberships, or hours of your time. All it asks is that you put one foot in front of the other. So if you're struggling with stress, anxiety, depression, or just the daily grind, consider this your compassionate nudge. Get up and walk. Not because it's a cure-all, but because it's a start. And sometimes that's all you need. How many steps are you going to try to get this week? Let me know. You can contact me via Instagram at KindMindPsych or via my email at psychologist@quickanddirtytips.com. The Savvy Psychologist is a quick and dirty tips podcast. It's audio engineered by Steve Rickyberg, with script editing by Brandon Getchis. Our podcast and advertising operations specialist is Morgan Christensen. Our digital operations specialist is Holly Hutchings. And our marketing and publicity associate is Davina Tomlin. Nathaniel Hoops is our marketing contractor. Follow Savvy Psychologist on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. That's all for this episode of Savvy Psychologist. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week.